You clicked on this video because you're chasing a woman. Maybe it's the one who's pulling away. Maybe it's the one who never looked your way to begin with. Or maybe it's the one who used to need you, but now only responds with one-word replies. Here's the cold truth. If you're chasing, she's running. And the more effort you give, the less she feels. Because attraction isn't logical, it's primal. And the moment you try to earn her desire, you've already killed it. You don't win her by saying the right thing, you don't win her by being nice. And you sure as hell don't win her by needing her. You win her when you stop trying. You become the man she dreams of. When you become the man who doesn't need to be dreamed about, the man who's silent, stoic, directed, not because he's playing a game, but because he's too focused on becoming something real to waste energy chasing approval. That's what flips the dynamic. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to think, move, and live in a way that makes women chase you, even the ones who never noticed you before. Become the prize one, become the prize by withdrawing the chase. It's a rule of nature. The hunted doesn't chase. It waits, it observes, and it lets everything come to it. But men, we've been taught the opposite, to chase, to prove, to earn her attention, affection, and validation. But what if I told you the moment you chase, you lose? Because the man who chases becomes lesser than what he pursues. And women can feel that imbalance like heat rising off the pavement. Think about it. When a woman knows you're trying to win her, you're no longer a mystery. You're a performer and she's the prize. But here's the twist she'll never say out loud. The moment she becomes the prize, she stops desiring you. Not because she's cruel, but because female desire is reactive. She desires the man who doesn't chase, but creates gravity so strong that she feels like she's falling into him. And how does that happen? By withdrawing the chase not out of bitterness, but from understanding your value. See, when you chase, you're signaling this. You're more important than me. Your approval defines my worth. I'm not enough on my own. That energy isn't seductive. It's submissive. And women, they're biologically turned off by the energy of submission. Even when they say they want a nice guy who tries, they don't want nice. They want power under control. A man who could chase but doesn't. A man who can look at her, smile, and walk away because his time is too valuable to be spent proving something he already knows. I am the prize. And what happens when you become the prize? You stop texting first. You stop obsessing. You stop double reading her messages like they're encrypted scriptures. You live. You build. You lead. You become so focused on your mission that your energy changes. You're no longer trying to impress. You're too busy being impressive. And she feels that shift in her body, in her dreams, in the silence between your replies. She starts checking your stories, double tapping your old photos, finding excuses to be near you because you've reversed the current. You're no longer chasing, you're pulling. That's the secret. Most men flood her with attention. You create a drought. Most men give her validation for free. You make her earn it, not with manipulation, but with masculine restraint. Because your energy says, I could choose you, but first I'll see if you're even worth choosing. And now she's chasing, not because you forced her, but because you stepped into your power. And power, when it's quiet, is irresistible. If you want to know what really makes women obsessed, what triggers her unconscious attraction, and how to flip the power dynamic in any room, I'm giving you a free ebook right now, the Female Mind Control Handbook. It's not for the weak, it's not fluffy, and not what she wants you to know. But once you read it, you'll never see her behavior the same way again. Grab it now. Link in the description or pinned comment. 2, she can't chase you. If she can't chase you, you're already full. Need is the death of attraction. You can wear designer suits, say all the right things, have a six-pack and a bank account she'd kill to tap into. But if your soul reeks of emptiness, she'll sense it and she'll run. Because a man who needs her love to feel alive isn't a man. He's an emotional beggar. You might not say it aloud, but she'll feel it in your tone, in the way you linger in conversation too long, in the text you send when she doesn't reply for 4 hours, in the I miss you dropped 3 weeks too early. She can smell emotional hunger like blood in the water, and her feminine instinct recoils from it. Not because she's cruel, but because true feminine energy only chases one thing: wholeness. That's what she really wants. Not the guy who pours himself out hoping she'll fill the cup, but the man whose cup is already full. A man who doesn't need her validation because he validates himself. A man who isn't aching to be chosen because he's already chosen himself. She can't chase a man who's leaking energy, but she'll chase the man who is grounded, still full. Because that energy, it feels safe, it feels rare, it feels like gravity. So how do you become full? You stop outsourcing your worth. You stop tying your confidence to whether or not she texts back. You stop measuring your masculinity by how many women want you. You stop needing her to tell you you're enough. You build it within. You chase solitude. You refine your craft. You face your demons. You become the kind of man who wakes up and walks into the world without needing applause because that is what she chases. A man who isn't looking for her to complete him, but one who might invite her into something already complete. That's when her desire kicks in. Not when you beg, not when you buy her gifts, not when you compliment her 24/7, but when she looks at you and thinks, he doesn't need me. And that makes me want to earn him. That's the switch. That's when the dynamic flips. That's when the hunter becomes the hunted. So many men are starving for touch, for attention, for affirmation, and they try to feed that hunger by winning women. But women don't want to be the meal. They want to be drawn to the man who already feasts on his own fire, the one who is content without her, at peace in silence, stable in solitude, because that man is rare. And women don't chase what's common. They chase what they can't quite hold down, what feels like a mountain, not a puppy. You want to flip the game? Stop needing her. Start mastering you. Fill yourself with purpose, presence, self-control, and suddenly she's chasing you. Not because you begged, but because you became undeniable. Music, men who live like they're going somewhere. 3. She's drawn to men who live like they're going somewhere. There's a certain type of man who doesn't need to say much. He walks into a room, and women feel something. It's not looks, it's not charm, it's not even money, it's momentum. Because women are biologically attracted to men who move with direction. A man who knows where he's going and doesn't slow down to explain it. It's ancient, primal. Her body doesn't crave a man who clings. It craves a man who leads. You want to be chased. Don't center your life around women. Don't rearrange your plans to make her like you. Don't bend your path to fit her timeline. Walk, building, climb. Let her see that you are going somewhere, somewhere important, somewhere that demands your focus, your blood, your time. When you live like this, something shifts in your energy. You stop texting with just checking in. You stop giving attention like candy. You stop waiting for her to validate your value because now your time is expensive. And she can feel that. She senses that you're moving forward with or without her. And that energy, it's irresistible because every woman wants to feel like she's part of a story bigger than herself. Not the main character, but the trusted witness of a man's silent rise. And that only happens when you live like you're becoming something. Women don't chase men who wait. They chase men who create. The man who writes, builds, trains, learns, improves. The man who has a vision so strong, he forgets to check if she's viewed his story because he's too busy writing his own. When you're dialed into your mission, your energy changes. You talk less. You move with purpose. You carry a stillness that whispers, I don't need you to want me, but if you do, keep up. And now she's chasing. Not because you played a trick. Not because you acted like a bad boy. Not because you read a dating script, but because you became a man who doesn't stop. She wants to orbit your momentum, to be invited into your gravity. Not because you need her, but because you've built something worth sharing. So stop chasing approval. Chase legacy. Stop looking for women. Become the man they look for. Think like this, and she will chase you, not because you're available, but because you're rare. If you're done chasing and ready to let her do the chasing, comment below. I flip the script. Let them wonder. Let her feel it. Let your silence speak.